As a business, there's nothing more frustrating than you having to invest thousands of pounds or dollars into advertisement in order to make a sale or keep your business afloat. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what we do and what our customers also do to generate new customers without having to invest thousands into advertisement or social media campaigns, cold emails, cold calling, whatever it might be. This is going to be a truly organic method. It is some training that I shared with my community. I do think it's really valuable, so I wanted to share it here as well. If you do want to be a part of this community, there is a link down in the description so you can join. So without further ado, let's go. So this is going to be talking you through the process that we use within our agency for ourselves and for our customers. And it's designed to help you get more customers without having to rely on paid ads or cold calling or cold email or direct messaging, all of those things that are super time and labor intensive. So let's just crack on. So the most important thing for any business is the ability to generate customers regularly, all right? And to do this, many are focusing on one single channel in an attempt to drive people to their website. Okay, now these channels typically are social media posting. So that could be things like YouTube, posting videos, posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, and posting on TikTok. Or maybe you're running paid ads, okay? And that could be blasting money on Facebook, Instagram, even Google. Perhaps you started TikTok. Whatever it is, that is essentially costing you money. Or you might be going down the route of trying to save money and going down the route of cold calling and cold emailing, where you are physically writing an email to a prospect or somebody that you don't know and have had no communication with whatsoever. Now, unless you have a really competent person managing this for you, like often there is no strategy behind what you're doing with each of these methods. Like you're blindly posting on social media, hoping that your followers will get engaged with you, or you guessworking your ads, waiting to see what will stick. And in the process, you're literally throwing money away with very, very little ROI. Okay, I've seen a lot of business owners do this. You know, they've seen that ads work for a lot of other companies. Maybe there's a lot of gurus or other agencies that are managing to get results, and that's great because they are trained in that service. But if you feel that you can watch a couple of YouTube videos and then jump online and run ads yourself, I think you are going to be very surprised. And let's be honest, these ad platforms are designed to spend your money. Okay, so you need to be really careful with that. Now, if you do manage to nail any one of these, you can actually do very, very well in generating new business. Right? But that is actually only half the battle. You know, when you've worked hard to acquire visitors onto your website, you know, many visitors are not equipped to take a stranger. Many websites are not equipped to take a stranger and turn them into a customer because they lack essential elements. They lack the ability to explain what the business does. They don't explain how they help. They don't build any trust, that trust that's needed for someone to confidently think, okay, I'm going to choose this business over a competitor. Okay, a business with a bad website is like having a physical shop that people walk into and maybe you've not got any members of staff around to talk to, and that person in the shop is feeling a bit confused while they're inside. They can't see specifically what it is that you offer or what the price of any of the products are. Maybe they can't find the tills. Like, it's about that experience. Okay, and you want to make sure that your website is like a traditional store where it's so easy for you to physically walk inside, pick up what you want and purchase it, or find help, find some advice from a member of the team. That's what your website is essentially for. It's your it's your virtual digital online store. So if your website is a great conversion machine and you're able to generate visitors, then you are going to be winning. Okay, so if your website is set up to convert people, which it should be, then as long as you're getting the traffic come to your site, there's no reason why you wouldn't be doing very, very well in business. Now, the problem with each one of the single channel traffic methods that we spoke about up here, which are these, the only problem with that is as soon as you stop doing the work, your revenue stream is then cut off. Okay, so if you stop posting on social media, people are going to stop seeing you because the algorithms are designed to basically bury the content to keep you continuously posting. If you are paying for paid ads, as soon as you turn that off, it's like turning off a tap and your traffic source is dead. If you're no longer outreaching via cold calling or cold emailing or cold DMing, again, that stream is stopped. So on top of that, if you're working tirelessly to bring in customers to your website, you're usually doing it at the wrong time. Like, you have a much better chance of making a sale when a customer lands on your site, knowing that they need what it is that you are selling. Okay, now when you reach out to people cold via email or DM, or even if you're serving them with a advert via social media, okay, the chances are they're probably not ready to buy what it is that you were trying to sell them. Okay, some circumstances you might be lucky and serve it in front of someone that generally needs what you want, but typically that doesn't happen. Okay, now if you were able to attract people that were at the end of their buying journey, where they know exactly what they want and they are ready to buy, and then they found you, that would be much better. Okay, so how do we actually get customers to come to us when they're ready to buy what it is that you are selling? Okay, now if you think about your own buying habits, if you see a post on social media or have an ad placed in front of you, you might click it. Okay, some people buy on impulse, and if your product or service is at a price point that is low enough for impulse purchasing, then you will generate customers through the likes of paid ads. Okay, but that's if your service or product is really, really low ticket. But more often than not, businesses have a higher ticket product or service, and therefore people don't buy because they have been targeted or approached while they don't need what it is that you're selling. This is exactly why these single channel methods become inefficient. This is exactly why these single channel methods become inefficient. All right, so they are inefficient. Right, let's bold that. Let's make that point there. So they are inefficient. However, if we would take a step back and think about where we would go when we know exactly what it is that we want, what exactly it is that we want to buy, and we want to go and make either a purchase or a genuine inquiry, where do we go? Now the answer to that is typically Google search or some sort of search engine. Not everyone uses Google, but most of the people do. Okay, so it does make sense to utilize this as a channel, utilize Google search, and be the website that appears within the top 3 positions based on what people are searching for when they're ready to buy. Okay, so it's really important. You need to make sure that your website is appearing at the top when that person is ready to commit and ready to purchase. You want to be that website that's up there. That is how you're going to get inquiries, sales, traffic to your site from what I like to call warm audiences, or warm leads, or warm prospects, or warm visitors, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it makes sense to utilize this. Okay, and then there are a few that generally believe that search engine marketing is dead. Okay, some people believe that search engine marketing no longer works, but I think this is often from those businesses who have either got their own agenda. For example, they favor paid ads and therefore they state that SEO no longer works, or it's businesses who have unfortunately been burned by other so-called professionals, and this happens quite a lot in the industry, which is so frustrating. But however, here's some examples of increasing web traffic, without having to spend thousands on advertisements. So it is possible. So we've got an example here where this customer went from 400 visitors per week to over 1,000 organic visits per week. So that's like 4,000 visits per month. Okay, 4,000 visits per month, which is great. And this business went from nothing to 400 organic visits a month within 6 months. As you can see here, they were at nothing, and it climbed, slightly dipped, and then it's gone even higher. And then this customer has 2 times organic growth, so they went from 175 to 360 organic visits in 6 months as well, and that is monthly. Okay, so how many more bookings do you think that you would be able to get, or how many more customers do you think that you would be able to get with that type of boost in visitors to your site? Okay, assuming that your site is set up to take a customer from a stranger, take a prospect, to a stranger, from a stranger to a customer, how many do you think you'd get? And hopefully the answer is a lot more than you're getting right now. Okay, so what is great with this is you generally don't need thousands of visitors to get inquiries online from your website when a business has discovered you on Google search. Okay, you're able to be visible at the point in which they are ready to buy. Okay, and it builds trust. All right, that's really important. It builds trust because a lot of companies will trust the ones that are appearing higher on the search engine. So it's not like you pushed an ad in front of them, or you've reached out to them cold and tried to pitch them or tried to sell your services or your products, right? They've come looking for you, they found you because you appeared high on the top, and immediately that's going to build trust. All right, so let's have a look at what you must do to increase the quality of traffic coming from Google. Now, in order for you to also find success with search engine marketing, like, we've found an approach that many others are not utilizing, and in comparison, our process is much easier for you to follow and achieve high levels of organic traffic to your website. All right, so I've broken this down into different steps. So the first step is actually understanding what people search. It's really, really important. Knowing what people search is essential. There's literally no point spending time optimizing your website to appear high on Google for a search term that nobody's putting into Google search. There's literally no point. It's just a waste of time. What most people do is assume that they know what people are searching for without any real evidence to back that up. Right, now this point here is not something that everyone does. It's something that a lot of SEOs or professionals or digital marketers do actually do, but there is the odd few people that tend to not. And especially if someone's doing DIY SEO, they tend to completely mess this stuff up. All right, so if they are doing research, so if the off chance they're doing research, then they're choosing keywords that are essentially unattainable. And what I mean by unattainable is, if we look at these keywords here, so we've got PDO, Threadlift, UK, it gives you a volume as to how many that's searched each month, and it also gives you an SEO difficulty. So how difficult could it possibly be for you to get your website to appear high in the search results when someone types in this word or series of words? And looking at this, you've got orange and you've got green and you've got a number, 100 being the most difficult, 0 being the easiest. All right, and so you can look at these, and I'm taking these as an example. So this keyword here, London dermal filler, has 800 visits typically per month. So that's 800 potential visitors if your website is appearing higher up on the Google search. Now this has a higher search volume and a lower search difficulty. So that is a really good keyword to go after in comparison to this one, where you've got lower volume and higher difficulty. That technically wouldn't be worth your time. So this process here is about understanding what people are searching, going after attractive keywords that bring in a volume and are going to be low difficulty. And if they're bringing in the volume, that means that they're going to be a lot more lucrative for you and generate you conversions or sales or the traffic that you essentially need. Okay, the next step is actually competing against competitors. All right, now, like sport, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. Right? This is also true when you want to increase your organic website visitors. So most people don't look at search engine marketing like this. Now, if you're looking at your most local competitors, this is wrong, and you need to be doing it like this instead. So if you are a business and you are based in a city and you are just looking at your biggest local rivals and labeling them as your competitors, they might not be your competitors. Okay, so once you know exactly what search term you want to rank for, okay, you must figure out who is on that top spot already. So looking at London dermal filler as an example, these 3 websites that are appearing on top, these would be your competitors in this instance. Yeah, they might not be completely local to you, depending on what the search query is, but these are the competitors in this instance. You want to be competing against businesses in the search results. Right? This is your competition. Right? Once you understand that, you want to then optimize your website better than others. So by others, I mean your competition. So you want to make sure your website is optimized better than theirs. Once you know what you're up against, so once you've discovered your competition, you have to beat them, and you have to optimize your website so it's better than theirs in the following ways. So you want to make sure that you have a main heading or H1 that has your keyword inside it. You want to have your keyword inside the page title as well. You want to check how many times the keyword is within the content. Okay, so you want to look at your competitor, do a control find, put the keyword in, see how many times it's appearing in the find option within Chrome. So if I just hit Control F here, you'll see that there's a find option here. So you can do that on any site and search keyword and count how many times it appears, and you need to beat that. Okay, you want to get a word count. You want to copy all of the words from that website, and you want to paste it into a word count tool or paste it into a Google Doc or something, and understand how many words are on that page. you want to beat that as well. If it's got 1,500 words, aim for 2,000 words. If it's got 2,000 words, aim for 3,000 words, for example. You want to count how many images are on a page as well. Okay, if they've got 5 images, put in 8. Okay, just try and beat them. Increase the amount of FAQs that are there. If they don't have any, just put some FAQs in and you're going to be winning. Okay, the amount of external links. So look how many links are on your competitor's page and that are linking out to an external source, and you want to make sure that you are doing more. And then of course page speed. So you want to see how quick your competitors' websites are loading, and you want to aim to beat that as well. Okay, if you don't do this and choose to optimize a website based on historic textbooks and outdated methods, which a lot of people still do, okay, SEO and search engine marketing is changing so rapidly that those people are going to be left behind, okay? And you're always going to lose out to those that are smart enough to compete where it matters, okay? So those that are using a method like this, they are going to perform better than you that are using methods that are technically out of date. Right, next we've got not blindly generating links. Okay, this is really important because being able to appear high in the search engines not only comes down to how relevant your content is in the searcher's query, but it also is a popularity contest. Right, that's really important. This whole appearing high on Google comes down to popularity. And the way that you can achieve popularity is by people talking about your business. So this means that the more people that are talking about your business, the more Google is going to give you kudos. Okay, now I'm not talking about how popular on social media either. That literally doesn't matter. Okay, you could have a ton of followers on social media, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. A lot of people believe that your SEO presence, your social media presence is a factor when ranking high on Google, but I don't believe it is. Now, there is credit to you creating videos and showing them on YouTube, however. Okay, and creating a good user experience. The more popular your videos become on YouTube, that should be following. Sorry. The more that you can create a following, the more popular your videos become on YouTube. This then boosts your website's credibility on Google too. And I've seen this with my own agency website. The growth of my YouTube has skyrocketed the agency website because I'm consistently linking to it in each one of the video's descriptions. So Google owns YouTube, or YouTube is owned by Google. So you can see why those two communicate very, very well together. Okay. Now that said, the most effective way to control your popularity online is actually via something called backlinks. So backlinks are links from other websites that link back to yours. This creates a connection between a website online and yours. The more credible this website is, the more popular yours becomes. Okay, so we've got an example site here of Skin Clinics. So we're still keeping with the sort of aesthetics approach. So Skin Clinics, if we were to look at how popular they are, we can look at what is called their domain rating or domain authority. And this is a term that had been coined in order for you to check the popularity of a website. So this is technically pretty high. This is what is called a very credible website. So if you were able to get this website to have a link back to yours, that would mean that your website then boosts up in kudos and therefore is going to perform much better. So the more of these types of links that you can get, the better. Now, things like national news and big players in your space are the ones that you want to be looking at, and these will have the highest domain authority. And the more that you can be spoken about via those, then your website is going to be appearing credible in the eyes of Google, and therefore you're going to bump up a lot higher in the search rankings. Once you've done all this, you then need to just rinse and repeat it for every page on the website. So do it for the home page. If you have an about page, do it for those. If you have service pages, if you have product pages, you want to do it for each and every page. Okay, so you can see that there is a little bit of work that goes into this. But what's great about this strategy is once this works, once you are generating traffic like what we have here, once you're generating this traffic and you stop doing the work, you don't then just lose your traffic like you do with these methods up here. So if you are doing paid ads, or if you stop paid ads, or if you stop cold calling, your traffic source dies, your opportunity to sell dies. But if you stop doing SEO and you're already ranking well, if this business here stopped doing SEO, they wouldn't just fall off the face of the earth, okay? It's like going to the gym. If you went to the gym for 6 months and you got into really good shape and you didn't go for a week, you wouldn't just wake up and not be in shape anymore. Okay, that's kind of what SEO is like. However, if you stop going to the gym for 3 months or 6 months, you would slowly get out of shape. That's the same with SEO. What would happen is other people that are active would continue to overtake you. All right, so you can afford to turn it off for a little while, but you would have to pick it back up at some point if you wanted to stay relevant and continue competing in the Google search rankings. So let's come back down. So that's the 5 points, 4 points. Next, we've got building content entry points. This is something that a lot of people don't utilize. So content entry points are ways in which people will discover and enter your website on search engines. Okay, so think about this. If your website has around 5 pages of content and your competitors have, say, 500 plus pages, who do you think is going to be getting more traffic and exposure and therefore more leads, inquiries, and sales? All right, it's going to be this one here that has more pages. The more pages that you have, the higher your success rate. Okay. Now here we've got a diagram which is showcasing the use of increasing entry points and building more entry points. Okay, we've got a huge spike in impressions immediately and an increase in traffic from an average of 10 visits a day, which is down here, and that has gone to over 50 visits a day, on average. So impressions wise, you can see this huge spike here. So we on one project, what we did was we built a ton of new entry points. So this could be blog content, this could be service pages or location pages. Okay, what you can do is you can increase the amount of those. Once they start ranking, you're then going to increase the amount of traffic that you are receiving each day, and you can see that here. This wasn't very good in comparison to where we're at now. Now impressions are quite high versus clicks, but the clicks are coming through and they are continuing to increase. So this alone, this can easily replace the use of ads. That's the important thing here. It can easily replace the use of ads. It can easily replace the use of needing to cold call, or it could act as a very good additional source to generate traffic. Okay, you could maybe cut back on your ad spend. You could cut down on the cost of sending cold emails or direct messages, or cut down on time, cut down on investing in employees that can do cold calling, whatever it might be, whatever your position. This method is fantastic. Okay, now think about this, like if your average cost per click within advertisement, which is an average, okay, that is a global average, then it would cost around £90 a day to generate this type of traffic. To get 50 visits a day, it's going to cost you around £90 a night. That's £2,700 a month. If you're invested into advertisement to get this sort of traffic, that's £2,700 per month. Okay, and what's better, don't forget, is this type of traffic that's landing on your site, they're ready to buy. As long as you are utilizing the right keywords, as I mentioned in the first point up here, as long as you're using the right keywords, where is it? This one. As long as you're understanding what people are actually searching for and using the right keywords, there's no reason why you can't be, easily generating revenue and clicks to your website. Okay, that's going to outweigh the cost that it is by running ads. So here we look at this example again where we've got over 1,000 visits a week, so 4,000 a month. With paid ads, to have over 1,000 visits to your website each week, it could cost you, let's say, 140 visits a day. So that's going to cost you £252 a day. To get that sort of volume each month, it's going to cost you over £7,500. All right, that's insane. Okay, so that demonstrates how valuable ranking higher on Google can be, and how cost effective this sort of strategy is versus plowing money into ads every single month. Like, this is every month, guys. Like over a 6 month period, that's going to be quite a lot. Now you can create multiple entry points by using these types of pages. You can use blog articles, you can use location modifier pages, you can use service modifier pages. So these are things like, so blog articles like answer a specific question. So if you have a question, what you typically do is type a question into Google and you will answer that question. Now, the thing with this is, what that means is when someone is asking questions, they might not be ready to buy. So this is the less lucrative option. So essentially this one should be down here. Okay, that's the less lucrative option. Location modifier pages are more lucrative because if you were to have your service, say sort of dermal filler as a aesthetic service, just keeping with that theme, and you had your location of London, or you could have a location of Manchester, Birmingham, depending on where your clinics were. You could have boroughs around London, you could have surrounding towns. So having more location modifier pages would essentially bring in more entry points to your website. But if you're an online based business, there's no reason why you can't have location modifier pages for all the towns and cities around your country. Okay. So then we've got service modifier pages. So this could be the likes of take us for example. We offer web design, but we might have a page where it's web design for dentists. We might have a page for web design for aesthetic clinics. We might have a web design page for e-commerce or clothing brands. Okay, so whatever service, you could create modifier pages that are going to be really specific to a potential searcher's query, and if you can rank for that, then you're going to be generating traffic. Okay, so we've covered blogs. So the more rankable pages or entry points that you have, the more traffic that you're going to drive. Okay, so you guys, this really does work, and you can see here within all of these examples that, you know, search engine marketing is not dead. Okay, we are still very much able to generate high quality traffic using this strategy without having to use paid ads, without having to use cold calling and all of those things that are super time intensive. All right, so I just want to run through like our competitive edge. Okay, what makes us different to everyone else? Well, aside from, you know, our process that we have utilized that is working very, very well, you know, we are generally results driven, like meaning that we focus on it exactly what works, you know, what gives you a return on any investment that you spend. Okay, that's our main focus, is generating new results. And the easiest way to qualify that is to essentially look at how much traffic we are bringing in, right? But also bringing in lucrative traffic, and bringing in traffic from lucrative search terms, capturing people at the point that they are more likely to purchase, and ultimately having a look at how much money you are making online, or how many inquiries that you're getting by way of online or organic search. So we also work with all of our customers on a month-to-month basis. And, you know, many other companies are still actually using a 12-month contract, and they tie you in. Whether they are getting you results or not, you're kind of a little bit stuck. You know, we don't want to do that. We work month to month, which allows our customers to leave if they, for whatever reason, are not happy, which is very rare. But it also encourages us as a company, as a team, to actually get the results. Okay, so if we are not performing each month, our customer could leave whenever they want, and we don't want that to happen. So this method works really well, and it keeps us on our toes, and it keeps our customers happy. Okay, we also offer everyone free 30 days of SEO to test the water and see how we work, and this alone is worth over £1,000. Like, you get over £1,000 in value within those first 30 days. We do all the keyword research, we do the on-page audits, we look at optimization, we give you tips, you have our time, give you a consultation. There's so much value in there, and we offer that for free for 30 days, just to give you as a potential customer a feel for the service and feel for us and how we handle things like this and how we are able to generate results. So if you are stuck generating organic traffic to your website, and you are relying on ads to make your business run, and you generally would like some help, honestly, please reach out. I'd love to give you some free advice, or just understand a little bit more about what you're struggling with, and see if there's any opportunity to help you. And you can reach out via our website, which is tristanparker.co.uk, or you can email me personally at hello@tristanparker.co.uk. Okay, so that is, in essence, how you can go about getting customers without paid ads or cold calling. Okay, this is a long-term strategy. It works very, very well. And the idea here is that at some point you can turn off your ads and you will no longer need them. You can spend far less money, or a lot less money, generating customers than you would by investing in paid ads. Okay, So yeah, reach out if you want any help and advice on this. Okay, hopefully you found that valuable and you can truly appreciate the power of search engine marketing. And if you are a business that's relying on advertisement to generate customers and are not yet using search engine marketing, I would definitely recommend that you consider implementing that into your business and into your marketing strategy. Now, if you're still with me, as I said at the start of the video, there is a link down in the description if you'd like to join the community. And don't forget, please hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video and give us a subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. There's an end screen coming up with more videos for you to go and check out that you will find valuable, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.